Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my royal subjects. Welcome to another episode of Lord Wynn Talks About. This one is going to be a bit different. I know usually I've had video game related content, but today we are going to be discussing about Crunchyroll's most recent animation, High Guardian Spice. This is their brand new anime that promotes diversity. Large air quotes being performed. But let's look at it. Let's see how bad it really is, or if even is that bad. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so we're not even starting it, and this is what we get? What? May not be suitable for children. This animation level looks like the equivalent of Steven Universe, and something I'd be watching on Saturday at 6. But you know what? I'm not one to judge. There's been anime that look really cutesy and then turn out to be the darkest thing you've ever seen in your gosh darn diddly life. So let's look at the first clip.
Aunt, we've been preparing our whole lives for this day. Did you pack your your toothpaste? Ooh, I'm nervous.
We'll scale mountains and fight mermaids and explore.
Okay, so let's talk about what we just saw. So they're obviously trying to become some kind of sort of hero, a guardian. And it's really obvious that the red-haired one, I believe her name is Rosemary, is supposed to be the dumb, strong one who is seeking adventure and has the self-preservation instincts of a dying amoeba. And the blue one is supposed to be the magical one, probably because they're wearing a witch's hat, and is supposed to be the more shy, timid one. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. It's just, character tropes. I mean, it's not like this is a totally unoriginal duo. I mean, we've seen the excited, adventurous one and the shy, timid one before. I mean, you got Harry Potter and Ron Weasley if you want that.
Thrilled for you to learn about elixirs. Very important for a future healer.
High Guardian Academy doesn't just accept anyone you know. You girls will have to take advantage of every opportunity.
A whole year away from Old Pebble, Rosemary. We're really gonna miss you. Oh, I'm glad you're wearing the locket. Your mom would be so proud of you.
Okay, so we got to see their families. Obviously, the blue one's family, Sage, wants her to be a healer, or an elixir creator of sorts, while Rosemary's, with the red hair, getting it now, High Guardian Spice, and their names are spices. Haha, I'm laughing, Crunchyroll. But let's just talk about the fact that the main character's mom is dead. I mean, we've never seen an anime where the main character's mom is dead. Oh, surely not. And certainly not a character from a large media franchise, or the big three of anime for that matter. No. Mothers are never dead in this kind of thing. I mean, I've been sitting here for the past 20 minutes and can't even think of a character that isn't from anime whose mom hasn't died in some way. No, they're all out there living their happy lives. Man, I can't even name a character from a book whose mom has died. No, none of the ones I've read have ever had a dead mom. Nah, I can't think of any. Or from a piece of sci-fi media? No, moms always usually live. I mean, it's like the best place to live is being a sci-fi mom. I mean, not even in kids' shows are the moms ever dead. I mean, they're quite usually alive, too, because it's for an impressionable thing. I mean, the moms have got to be alive. And especially not in any recent forms of media or anime. Nah, definitely not. Not off the top of my head, at least. Maybe someday in the future we'll find a form of media where the main character's mom is deceased in some way, shape, or form as their form of motivation.
All aboard is going to Lingarth.
Better get a move on, girl.
Why, in God's name, is the music so loud? I watched that like 4 times, and I think he's saying like cart to the city they're going to? I don't know anymore. Let's just watch the next clip and forget about why the music's so loud.
Goodbye, Pebble! And hello to the rest of our lives.
Well, I certainly believe that after watching that, my eardrums are bleeding. Who thought that the good idea is to just amp the volume up to 1,000? That doesn't make your intro any better. It it makes it worse. I don't want to have to take out my earbuds just to listen to the intro. Hey yo, intro, or logo bomb. Well, I'm gonna spare the rest of you the 30 seconds watching the rest of that. Think of every early 2000s TV show intro, like really peppy, really poppy female singer. Yeah, that is literally the intro. I'm like, it's like something I turned on my TV on Saturday. I'm getting ready to watch cartoons, and then boom, this is playing. Like mature audiences. Yeah, guys, this is for some mature 7-year-olds. I mean, we can see the main party here, I guess. I'll use D&D terms, and the villains. And one thing I have to comment about, because I'm just now realizing this, all of the good characters. Okay, so our main 4 characters, like Rosemary, Sage, whatever these other two, like this dwarf and elf person is, like, they're all girls. And 2 of them are, I think as they are marketed, they are like a couple. But, like, look at the bad guys again. All of these fools, for like the exception of one of them, is a dude. Like, why are all the bad guys dudes? Like they have one, like, their token female good guy, or bad guy, I guess, but, like, why are all the bad guys dudes? Like, why isn't, obviously these guys have, like, a masculine form. Or they might not be, I don't know. But, like, something just strikes me off. Like, good guys are all girls, bad guys are all dudes. Like, is this... I don't know. I might just be over synthesizing and looking into it way too deep, but I don't know. Something about that seems really, really fishy to me. Like, that's just anyway, let's roll the next clip. And by clip, I mean the next image. So they got off the original carriage to get on a fancier carriage. And oh, look, they're taking the Avatar: The Last Airbender approach, where all the fantasy animals are just 2 animals put together, because that just shouts fantasy. Nothing like a moose horse thing. We're going to call it Morse. Its name is Maurice, and Maurice is my good friend. I forgot to take pictures, but then they get onto this, like, mountain escalator thing after getting on the carriage, and then they get to a train. And at which point, one of these big muscle guys falls to the floor and just goes, "I'm sorry." And of course, I mean, I don't particularly care. But then they do this. She opens the magical chest and just boom, boom, a broom. A magical broom. What in God's name? How did they fly to the front of the train? What? Okay, the only reason I'm angry is because we don't have any established magic laws yet. If there was some kind of like mana system where they can't use the magic, or else, they'll run out of mana, then I'd understand. But we haven't been given these. So they essentially just took like 5 tickets, spent like a bunch of money to what they could have just flown for. Like, what? This is such a big plot hole for me, because it's such a massive part that they're trying to get to this train to get to the city, and they could have just flown there. Hot Guardian Spice, you were on thin ice. Huh, that rhymed. They then get off at the train station where we meet the aunts of Sage. Yes. Ants, plural, like the cool ants, like the ants who show up and they just bring random gifts from their journeys. Yeah, those kinds of ants.
You girls want any food?
Is sleep a food?
What? Oh, something's happening. I'm very sorry. Okay, this is where I'm getting to my next point. This show is so drollingly boring. It is taking so long to get to do anything, and the music is not helping. The music in the background sounds like a lullaby that is supposed to put a 7-year-old to sleep. Remember, everyone, this is for mature audiences with strong language. Yeah, I'm about done with High Guardian Spice. I am one episode in, and I never want to see another episode again. Hey, maybe it gets better. Maybe I'm being a little too critical. We just have to see. But so far, the comedy is boring me. The show is taking way too long to get anything done. And it just feels like a waste of time. It feels like a waste. It feels like they're trying to make more, like, action happen. Like they're trying to make more things happen, which is just really boring. Anyways, Rosemary and Sage go to sleep, and then lo and behold, we have a nightmare sequence. I mean, everything seems nice. I mean, she's in a nice, calm flower field. And I mean, hey, look, there's Mom over there. I mean, it can't get that bad, right? Yes. Yes, it can get that bad. It most certainly does. Okay, so the sword can't be picked up, and she starts running to her mom. Understandable. And then, this happens to good old Mom here. Oh yeah, demon vines. Nothing like good old demon vines to really set the mood. Am I right, fellas? Yeah, demon vines. And now there's a second sword. Like the vines disappear, and there's now another sword. And she picks it up. Why? This part's a little confusing for me because it's like she just tossed the sword at her child. And now she disappears and turns into a sword. Okay, I guess when people die in this world, they turn into swords, everyone. If I die, please use me in battle. I'd be a pretty cool sword, I'd hope. And now everything is bright and sunny, and she can pick up the sword now. That was previously unable to be lifted. You know what? Let's just cut to when they wake up.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Look who I found hanging out in the guest room.
A couple of dang teens.
Hope you're hungry.
Did you make all this? We could have helped.
Nobody touches my kitchen.
So, Aunt number 1 with tattoos wakes them up, and it looks like Elf Mom made them breakfast, and what? Now, if we zoom in here, you know what's so weird? The bread. And you know why the bread is weird? The bread is a stock image. That's right. The animation studio went to the internet, looked up an image of bread, and put it in their series. What in tarnation is going on? I'm sorry, you're starting your brand new animation project with stock images of bread. Gosh, this is gonna go great for the studio.
What is that? Maybe it's got rabies. Come on, Sage.
Nope, yeah, this cements it. This child has absolutely zero self-preservation instincts. Like, not even a single cell in their body is telling them not to do that. What is this character? I'm hating them more and more by the second.
Because of how it's a giant sword.
It's not a giant sword. She's just shorter than you.
Good job, baby crone. They say the best way to win an argument is pedantically. Might want to make sure your friend doesn't stab anyone while you're out here sightseeing.
We aren't tourists, and nobody actually... Maybe leave your sword at the house next time we go shopping?
Fine. But it's a piece of home. Just like my...
My locket! Dad told me to wear it today. It's meant to protect me. How protection magic? Metaphorically, Sage. The picture inside it is irreplaceable. My dad's prize-winning boysenberry cheesecake. You have a...
I have so many issues with this clip. So, 1, you are carrying around a locket, not of your family, but of your dad's cheesecake? The cheesecake is what you cherish most in this world. I thought it was going to be a picture of, like, the mom or something. And you didn't feel like your locket being tugged on your neck. I guess I forgot to include that clip, but a creature came by and like ripped it off her neck. And when she was swinging the sword around, that's her first thing. Let's go to the market, fellas, and let's get my big old sword and start swinging it around. That's the first time I've actually had to look up what a word meant in an anime. Pedantically means like foolishly, I think. I can't remember. I like Googled it like 20 minutes ago when I actually watched this. Um, I just, oh, my brain is in so much pain. They go on to find that the locket is taken by this like little creature that likes shiny objects, like a raven with hands. I know it's horrible. And then it does this for about 2 minutes. So they break into a garden and find out it's trying to attract a mate using her shiny locket, and she also starts swinging her sword randomly, which is weird. And then here's the thing: the bird thing does the weirdest thing ever. It like digivolves into this bird thing. Like it literally just went the furry thing digivolve into a flying bird thing, and then it attracts a mate, and then it digivolves in midair, and I'm just so utterly confused. We haven't been told like any of the laws of this world, which is the only reason I am at all confused, because it's like, what's supposed to be going on here? What's happening? Like, is this supposed to be happening? Are they supposed to be a bright purple sparkle thing? I hope so, or else this world's got some serious rodent issues. The amulet is then broken, only to reveal it is not just a picture of the berry pie, it's her family. And you know what? That makes me hate this a lot less. You know what? It's really sweet that she has a locket with a picture of her family.
It's just a cheap necklace.
Okay, I was wrong. I take everything back. Apparently she hates the necklace and all of her soul. But they go on. Sage tries to mix it up with Rosemary, and then we meet our third character.
Was that?
What was what?
Wah! Quite the pipes he's got there. How can I help?
Can you fix this?
What happened? Did you get run over by omnibuses?
Trixie.
Okay, first off, what's with the wah that we keep getting? Like, is that just her sound effect or something? Like, wah! Like, oh my gosh, I stubbed my toe. Wah! Like, that's so weird. Also, you are a blacksmith. Like, you're obviously supposed to be a dwarf. So what in the Lord's name do you see a broken locket and think, man, did you get hit by a bus or something? That is confusing me. Like, what? And later we see 4 of her siblings, in which one of them runs towards a fire. Does nobody in this show have a self-preservation instinct? Like, he just sees the fire and goes, time to burn. Like, what? After that, we get the rolling of credits, and this is where I'm going to discuss any input I have. So, y'all remember the little gerbil thing that apparently stole her locket? What was that even for? Like, was that just some massive buildup to introduce the dwarf character? Like, why use all of that time to waste all of that? Like, that just felt so unnecessary. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't want to watch any more of this. I've seen approximately 1 episode, and it's probably the worst thing I've seen in my life. And my brothers once forced me to watch Paw Patrol and My Little Pony, and that had better animation and story quality than this. Like, so many things just don't make sense. The plot holes, the, like, shoving in the face of the characters, and the whole, like, character development itself. It just seems like character tropes poorly written. Like, OC self-inserts. Like, someone just rolled up a D&D party, and they're like, okay, this is what we got, and someone was forced to make these as their animation characters. Like, they all just don't seem like good characters. I could be wrong. Maybe we'll see where this goes. It could be awesome in 5 seasons. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. If someone came to my house with a battle axe and a full suit of armor and went, hey, you either watch High Guardian Spice entirely, or we're kidnapping you. I would much rather be kidnapped, because I hated every second of watching this. Like, I might be a little biased. I will admit I saw a thing or two on Twitter before I did this and watched it, so I guess I kind of went in with a little bias. But frankly, I have little to no motivation to continue the show, or watch it at all. We don't even really have, like, an established villain. Who's the bad guy? I mean, think of every show or movie you've watched. The bad guy is usually established in the first part of the series, so that way the audience knows about the main conflict. Lord of the Rings, we know about Sauron and the Ring of Power. And Star Wars, Episode 4, we were introduced to the Empire and Darth Vader. In episode 1 of JoJo, we were introduced to Dio Brando and the Stone Mask. Like, we're supposed to know who the villain is. Who's the baddie? What am I supposed to be looking out for? What's supposed to go bump in the night to make me scared? Frankly, I don't know. And that's kind of a big offset for me, because villains are a big part of a show. And if the villain isn't good, then the show's probably not going to be good. Because if the villain's poorly written, the hero is probably just as poorly written. Well, I guess with all that being said, why don't you all like and subscribe? Why not hit the notification bell and follow my socials in the description below? What did y'all think about this? Do y'all want more anime content? I finished up Jujutsu Kaisen recently, and I'm more than willing to do something about that. I guess until next time, I'll see you all in the next video, my royal subjects. Have a fantabulous time of your life, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!